Hello, my name is Mariette Nguyen. I am a gifted individual. I am serving as the Almighty Creator, living instrument for the mission of repair this broken world, which is in Bible, the book of Revelation, revealed in chapter 12, the woman with child fight against the dragon. And chapter 11, I am one of the two witnesses to the existing of God. I mean that the power, creation power, and the creation of human soul, human physical body, and everything between God and human race under the Almighty Creator instruction for the last several days, that I must address this message. Actually, his command to the White House, current President Donald Trump, to the Secretary of State Mike Pompeo, and to the Senator Majority Leader Senator Mitch McConnel, and the House Speaker Congressman Nancy Pelosi. Of course, the Honorable Ambassador to Ghana, Mrs. Stephanie Sullivan. Please give me some moment. I speak to Mrs. Sullivan first. You done the best job as the government officer that I have experience with for the last 20 years. I have communicated with federal, state, and city government officer. You are the best. There is another the best too. The American Consular Officer, Timothy J. Foley. He served for the country of Benin. I have nothing complain, but to thanks to you, Ambassador Sullivan and Consular Officer Foley, the two of the fund that the Almighty have saved, that I inherited two very anonymous donors, one in country of Benin and another one in country of Ghana. The one in country of Benin, it was intercepted by the CIA operative in Ghana based on the order of former President George Walker Bush. And they mess up. They collect money from me and then they send the money back to Benin. But that is another case. But I just want to introduce it to you that I am a federal crime victim for that fund, which is Consular Officer Foley already informed me that everyone in the embassy in Cotonou know that I am a crime victim. So I will leave the fund in Benin right now. Let me go back to the fund in Ghana. The fund in Ghana, the crime start at the Department of State in Washington. They intercept the fund which is they violate the U.S. Constitution. They're protecting my right about the fund in Ghana. It was donated to me by the anonymous donor from Europe, northeast of Europe country called Azerbaijan, Azerbaijan. The fund had transferred to me. It reached the United States banking jurisdiction. The Department of State intercepted. They did not notify me. They notified UBA Ghana. And the UBA Ghana gave me the letter. It's called interim stop order. I was able to contact the sender of the interim stop order. His name is the Carl White of WYOFF, and the Carl KARL. I left a message for him. He didn't call me back. A few days later or next day I called him. He happened to answer the phone. He told me his name was misused. The voice he spoke to me very scary. He's scared. He has the African English accent. Of course, I have an Asian accent. Now I asked him, can you have the Department of State to make sure they investigate it and give me the result? And like about 2 weeks later, I received an email from Gordon Goff, Goetz. He is the agent for security intelligence. He told me the situation was 419 Nigeria scam. Look, they lied to me. All of them lied to me. If they tell me the truth, I would find a way to pay the $50,000 for the true document that they require on the interim stop payment, but they did not. But anyway, by the U.S. Constitution, they never have the permission by law to intercept my fund. You see where the United States federal government, certain employee commit felony crime. So I become the crime victim of the federal government. Now my fund tossed back to Ghana. The UBA Ghana is a sender correspondent bank. Correspondent bank never ever has the power to hold the people fund in transfer. In my case, the donor is anonymous, so it cannot go back to sender bank. It cannot go back to the donor. At the moment that the fund left the sender bank, I am a beneficiary and I am the owner of the money. I'm talking about $665 million US, not a small amount. It's sent back to Ghana. The Ghana government just Mr. The finance ministry know the money exists. They silent. They kept it since November 2011 until 2014. 3 years. God has His way to locate my money for me. Then the U.S. Army Captain Harris Walker found it, sent back to me. The Deputy Governor of the Bank of Ghana contacted me like in December 26th. He said that Bank of Ghana has my money. He told me to pay $39,000 for vet choice. I said, I don't have the money. Can you deduct it from the fund? He said the only deduct from the fund is I need to get a certificate from Ghana Ministry of Justice. I spent over $8,000 to get the certificate from the Ministry of Justice. By the time I got a certificate, handed over to him. And he say, here the Minister of Finance say that I have to pay $7,000 something for the forex allow exchange. I say, wait a minute, my fund in US dollars. Why they have to exchange? What are they gonna exchange my fund to? Are they gonna exchange it to Japanese yen? So they can divert my funds somewhere? My fund in US dollar. You see how where the felony crime commit in Ghana? I bet you the Ministry of Finance knew it, but they silent. Make the long story short, the situation now is back in October 26, 2015, the Deputy Governor of the Bank of Ghana opened the account for me. Before he opened the account for me, he gave me guarantee. After I sent $1,000, opened the account, and he deposited the fund into the account within 24 hours or the next day, I will receive online banking information, and I will transfer my fund from Bank of Ghana to my bank in San Diego, California. Instead that he carry out that, it didn't happen. He sent me a letter from the Ghana Presidency Office task force. He said, oh no, we blocked your account. You cannot have access to your account because you did not provide the non-resident tax clearance certificate. I say, wait. The Deputy Governor did not tell me. So you have no right. All the bank have to fix it. They denied to do anything. They held my money illegally. While doing this, I have spent money. I sent to Deputy Governor. His name is Dr. Abdul. I had Soki. And the Deputy Governor promote to the governor, as I say on the previous video, in Ghana, when you commit crime, you keep the money in the country, the government promotes you. You see that? How bad it is? United States, we cannot have relationship with the country that hurt the U.S. citizen, that hurt other people throughout the world. Because American people, very compassionate. We give out a lot of American taxpayers to various countries throughout the world. We cannot allow this thing to happen. It must end. And end by this case. The Almighty already ordered me. He already said, if the government officer refuse to listen to God through my voice, God will deal with each of them individually. That's what God was already spoke to me about 2 weeks ago. Dr. Ernest Addison texts me. He said his name, but I did not believe. I didn't respond because I received tons of texting from people in Ghana. It say that they're in UN refugee camp. Something wrong with this country of Ghana. Serious wrong. A lot of refugees have a lot of boxes with gold, money, and diamond in there. A lot of them fake, and there's some of them real. That's one I know. Then he called me, and he tell me who I call him, asked him to call me. He is in Connecticut state, visiting his wife and the children. He's still there today while I'm doing this video. Now, I asked the Bank of Ghana Governor, Dr. Addison, would you please notify the American Embassy? And he said, yeah, when I go back, I will do that. And then I asked him when he come back. It seemed that he not come back right away. So I said, can you have your secretary to do that? And he said, sure. I send my secretary on Monday. So I give Dr. Addison a letter, officer letter, and some attachment, evidence. So Dr. Addison's secretary take it to American Embassy, Accra. That's how the American ambassador, Mrs. Stephanie Sullivan, that respond to me, and she had been done great job. She asked me to have Dr. Addison to find for me a lawyer. So Dr. Addison found me a lawyer, and the lawyer come meet her. She already paid $1,500 for attorney fee. And there is $750 to pay to Ghana court. Chief Justice for her order for release my fund. Ambassador Sullivan told me she cannot pay the $750 because the lawyer say to get the affidavit from the Chief Justice about the history of my fund. And the U.S. law, crime victim benefit, do not cover that, which I agree with her, because no one will do that. No government law will do that. But the issue here, Mrs. Sullivan cannot overpower the law, and understand that because the Department of State, certain employee who intercept my fund and lie to me, send my money back to Ghana. In another word, that I become crime victim about this fund. Start by the United States federal government certain employees in the Department of State in Washington. Now you see that? Because of this, it's required the crime benefit, victim benefit. The government have to pay this $750. If some employee at the Department of State did not intercept my fund, did not lie to me, did not send my money back to Ghana, there's no issue. I did not have to went through. Last 7 years, lost a lot of my money, emotionally suffering, and a lot of time, my physical body in a lot of pain. Can you see that? Now, I demand from President Trump, issued executive order to Ambassador Sullivan to pay the $750 and all the costs until my fund reach U.S. banking jurisdiction and then deposit into my account, and I have full access to my fund. But here's the issue. The wrong in this war is this. From federal government employee commit crime, certain not all. I don't say everybody. Certain of them, few of them, in the U.S., in Washington. And here the whole raise of dozen or few dozen of criminals in Ghana commit crime. Stole my money from my pocket. Here's my pocket here. I have to pay them. And they took money, they never transfer my money to me. Now, the money I have never be in Ghana by law, because UBA Ghana only correspondent bank for the sender bank who send me the donation. They cannot send back to the sender. They have to find a way to transfer to me. They did not. And now here, the Ghana government don't punish those criminals. The Ghana government do not take full responsibility and liability to pay all these costs or waive the choices to return my money to me. Instead, they have punished me. They punish me because I'm innocent, because I'm an U.S. citizen, because I am foreigner, because I own this money, and I'm their crime victim, and they punish me. You see how bad it is? It is the way that how the country of Ghana do business. Completely different from the United States of America. In the United States of America, so far I know, when the crime victim be recognized, It's very hard for the FBI because the FBI screw up all the time. They don't even know that I'm a crime victim. They have a lot of report for me. They ignore me. I will deal with the FBI because of the way that they fail me repeatedly for the last 14 years. I guarantee you, they fail a lot of American citizens. This must be end. Got very angry. He extremely angry. I saw in my dream for the last 2 days. I will share with you the dream here. In the dream, 3 nights ago, I saw a young man, Asian. He hair cut neatly. He wear new long sleeve business white shirt. He was sit next to the table. In front of him was a cake, small cake. In the back, that's recently open. And on the side of the table, there is a young woman who just brought the cake over to him. I was unable to see her, I just a shadow. And at her right, there was a waiting ring was dancing. And the young man, 2 elbows was sit on the table and both of his hand finger open straight. It's like, when you get mad, get angry, you go like this. But he did not speak. So I did not understand. I know he angry, he didn't speak, so I did not understand. So I shared this dream with Ambassador Sullivan and Dr. Addison. No one understands what that means. But the meaning here is this. The young man wear white shirt, symbolics of the Almighty God power. He angry with hand like this. He couldn't speak because he's just the power. He doesn't have human voice. And the woman in front of him brought him that cake, symbolic of the war system. Bad, very bad. And the wedding ring dancing at the right side of her head. Symbolics of when you come to the wedding ring and marriage, responsibility of people on earth that the system have to do it right. Not system. That's why the cake looked white. I saw the cake look white. But he's just about to flip the cake over to the woman's face. But he didn't do it. He just go like this. For day after that, I didn't understand. I wasn't clear. So my entire body in a lot of pain. Then night before last night, God was telling me, you did not do what I told you to do. So that's point I know. Okay. And last night, he gave me another dream to clear the dream before. I was with my girlfriend, her husband. The Vietnamese name transferred to English is Smart. F-M-A-R-T. Smart. Very smart. And I was with my spouse. My spouse is very tall, thin, Caucasian. He's at my right. We were walking side by side, and my friend was walking in front of us, couple were in front of us. So they took me and my spouse to find restaurant to eat. I thought that they just find a small restaurant, but it turned out we got into a Chinese restaurant, huge restaurant. We got inside the restaurant, a lot of table empty, nobody there. And the waiter gave us the table right at the corner. Now, all I see this was from up high. My spirit looked down. I saw myself. We're walking. And we walk in. My friend and her husband, Smart, was sitting there. There's no food. And on this side, for me and for my spouse, so I switch in. There's no chair. There is something like partition behind me. Just about this small for me to get to sit on. And I say, okay, so this area a little bit bigger, gonna be for my spouse. So I asked my friend husband, Mr. Smart, where's my husband? And he say, he's in the restroom. He is in the restroom. What did you do in the restroom? It's a purification. Now I look at the area here. It's safe for him to sit. The newspaper and other thing, I say, in my head, I say, that have to be clean. So when he come in, he have a place to sit. Now, the really tall Caucasian, my spouse, symbolics of the United States of America. God gave it to me Caucasian, not the African dark skin. Because in the dream, African or the dark symbolics are bad power, bad people. I'm not saying that African are bad, but that's how the symbol is. So he have to give it to me, either Asian or Caucasian, so I know that they are good. And he tall is mean. It's a lot of power. You see, a lot of people out there in other countries think America is a shining, rich. We just come over. That's why a lot of people try to come to America. But they don't know a lot of homeless in America. San Diego deal with homeless so much. A lot of unemployment. Social. Have to get out of the military. Become homeless. The country is over $20 trillion debt. How to fix that? God already tell me how to fix it. But no one wants to come to me to ask me. Could be out there and fighting his order. Can you see back then? That's why you are in the restroom right now. The purification. This country will not get better until at least 80 or 90% of the bad repair, but have to repair correctly. Got very angry of murder people by war, by terrorist attack, by abortion, by violence and murder each other. He's very angry at that. And you see, when I speak with tough voice like this, he took over me. I don't have to say anything of my own. He took over and he speak. I would like to go back to solve the issue of my friend with Bank of Ghana. God has ordered me to make sure that I deliver to Ambassador Sullivan and the Bank of Ghana Governor, Dr. Addison. The funds have to be in United States, combined of principal and all unpaid interest, and deposit to my account, and I have full access and control of the fund. On or before the first week of August. The first week of August, which is August 7th, because God calculated 1 month, 4 weeks. So the first week be August the 7th. Today, Dr. Addison texting to me. He also called me. He said, we need to investigate this criminal and bring to justice. And I told him, I said, the first thing now, my fund need to be transferred to me first. And then the investigation comes. So a lot of people gonna go to jail. That's when I know. Because God wants justice for this case. And it have to be repaired correctly. Because if not corrected, God won't let me accept it. And I cannot accept if I don't get the permission from God. He is ruling my soul, my physical body, my head right here. He controls it. I don't have a control over it. I would like to bring up here. I received an email from a person named Benjamin, South Africa. He say he is a pastor and minister, and he got the dream. God spoke to him 3 years ago, say that there is a donation from Europe to me, and he doesn't got my name correctly, and he doesn't have my email address, he doesn't have my phone number. So he said he been praying a lot for the last 3 years. Recently, he been up during the night pray, and at 3 o'clock, he say, of Africa time, 3 a.m. of Africa time, in his dream, he saw a young man, about 19 years old, and a young girl brought to him a cake, white cake. on top of the cake, spell out my name and my email address. And the voice from God tell him that, write to me. So he sent an email to me. He addressed to me as a daughter of the Almighty. And he was talking about, he told me exactly the dream. And he was telling me the donation from Europe. And I said, I did not know that he was talking about this donation in Ghana. And then he come back to me. I told him, he keep asking me to call him. So I'm not calling anybody. And he wrote to me again. He cited, he said God was telling him that he and I have to read Exodus chapter 3. Exodus chapter 3 was Moses saw the burning bush. And chapter 12 was a woman. Chapter 12, book of Revelation, was a woman with a child fight against dragon. It was me. And Dr. Addison told me, he asked me if someone from South Africa called me about my fund. And I said, oh, yeah, I received an email. He keep wanting to talk to me, but I don't want to talk to him. And Dr. Addison said that he called my secretary at the bank in Ghana. He wanted to speak to me. But I'm in Connecticut. So, and Dr. Addison asked me, should he talk to him? And I told him what I got. And Dr. Addison asked me, should he talk to him? I say, it's up to you, but it'd be better for you and the country of Ghana. You can talk to him after you transfer my fund to me. If you talk to him now, the country of Ghana gonna look very bad. So Dr. Addison agreed with me. In another word, that God had used someone. God communicated with people through the dream all the time. People just don't know it. So don't say that I'm cuckoo. I'm not cuckoo. I'm pretty smart. God control my head. So there is more people that God communicate with throughout the world. I'm not the only one. Well, actually, I come from God. I'm different from them. So God have choose someone to reach me and then to reach the Bank of Ghana. You see how God does work through the people? And I told Dr. Addison today, the country of Ghana gonna get in a lot of trouble from held my fund for almost 7 years. Okay, but now I would like to speak to President Trump and Secretary Pompeo and Ambassador Sullivan. I ask the three of you, however you work with the government of Ghana, but the fund have to come into U.S. and deposit to my account on or before the end of first week of August. That is from God, give it to me, very firm. I'm not kidding. There's consequence if you fail. I already told Dr. Addison this, and he will get to watch this video too. And now I would like to speak to Senator, Majority Leader, Senator Mitch McConnel, and the House Speaker, Congressman Nancy Pelosi. God asked me to deliver to both of you. The United States have to go back, suspend all the financial aid for foreign countries. Between the House and the White House and the Senator worked the plan based on the evidence how you deal with different countries and how you want to give it to them. Because you don't have the money. You use taxpayer money. God say that however you come up with. The House and the Senate have to vote it. And then the president signed it, but still pending until you get American voter to approve it. Remember what I say? You have to get American voter to vote for that and have to be approved. If they not pass, then you have to go back and make changes. Each of the state, they will have their party, whatever, speak their voice. And you have to go back and change it. For the country of Benin, God already very clear to me. The United States Embassy have to close. And all communication with the country of Benin. Until after the system of the government of country of Benin all end with criminal. The Benin president, based on evidence that I received from Officer Foley, he's a criminal, serial criminal. He's and the director of Central Bank of Benin, it's called BCEAO Benin. His name is Kumaklo. The two run the entire gang of held hostage to my money. Lied to me, lied to Consular Officer Foley. They scam money from me. They demand this, demand that, demand tons of money. And so don't release my money to me. They scam my money from my pocket. Consular officer feel bad for me. He put his money out because I don't have the money. They scam he too. Can you see that? And consular officer Phony go to the UN. The UN officer come in. See I'm in pain. They put out money for me. They scam the United Nations officer too. Do you, the U.S. government leader, want to deal with the country that the government that took American taxpayer? I saw two very large amount in year 2015, the United States gave it to them. One was like over $300 million, and another one I don't remember exactly, but probably in half of that amount. You cannot take American taxpayer to give to the country that who hurt your citizen. I am the U.S. citizen, okay? And I will lead this fight. God already ordered me until it's successful. God protect me. I'm not afraid of anyone. If God not allow, no one can touch me. They can damage me to somehow, but they cannot kill me. God say no one can kill my daughter. They already killed Jesus. I'm not let anyone to kill her. If anyone attempt to kill her, those can be busted first. He's very clear. From now, I would like to say thanks to Ambassador Sullivan, Dr. Addison, and the attorney in Ghana, Mary, and Dr. Addison's secretary have been working on this case. And I thanks in advance to President Trump, Secretary Mike Pompeo, Senator Majority Leader, the House Speaker, and all members of the Senator and the House. I thank you in advance to calm down. Don't argue with each other. Listen to what God wants you to do. Because you're there to serve people. You're being paid by the taxpayer. And I wish and pray the Almighty for His guidance and protection unto all of you. I cannot say blessing, because the blessing not gonna come for a long time. But the guidance and protection will come. Goodbye.